Luther's Small Catechism with Explanation, the Black and Maroon edition, copyright 2017, from Concordia Publishing House.
The ninth and 10th commandments. The ninth commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we do not scheme to get our neighbor's inheritance or house, or get it in a way which only appears right, but help and be of service to him in keeping it. The ninth and 10th commandments. The 10th commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his manservant or maidservant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we do not entice or force away our neighbor's wife, workers, or animals, or turn them against him, but urge them to stay and do their duty. Question 89, Part A of Part 2 of the ninth and 10th commandments from Luther's Small Catechism. How do we fear and love God in keeping the ninth and 10th commandments? Second, we fear and love God by being satisfied with what God has provided us and others. This includes A, being thankful for all that God has given us. 265, Hebrews 13, 5-6. Keep your life free from the love of money. Be content with what you have, for he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So we can confidently say, the Lord is my helper. I will not fear. What can man do to me? Read Proverbs 30, 8-9, 1 Timothy 6, 8-10, and Philippians 4, 11-13. Proverbs 30, 8-9. Remove far from me falsehood and lying. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of the Lord my God. 1 Timothy 6, 8-10. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. Philippians 4, 11-13. Not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned, in whatever situation I am, to be content. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. What does this mean? The opposite of coveting, of this sinful desire, this emotion that we have in the ninth and 10th commandments, is being content with what we have. And being content with what we have is a lot of different variables, if you would, in this. One is the lot in life that God has placed you. Now, you can pray for something different, but if the Lord answers wait or no, you have to wait on that. He might answer yes, but oftentimes we're always striving for something more than we should be given. And sometimes it's involved with the vocations we're given. So we're always striving to be somebody different. I want to be the boss, or I want to be the one who tells the person in control, or I want to have another wife or another husband, or I want to have more emotion, whatever that might be. That's a form of coveting. We should be content with our place in life. We should be content with husband and wife and the family and the income and what we have. And in fact, it's amazing in America, the blessings we're given with our income and our prosperity here, to be content to say, Lord, thank you for these wonderful gifts. They're gifts from you. Also, I want to say we should be content with our church. So oftentimes people have wandered away and pierced themselves with many pangs because their kids or their grandkids or even themselves have gone to some other church because of coveting. Well, I like their youth group better. I like their music better. I like their coffee better. I like their carpet better. And so they depart from their confession of faith and their family that they grew up with and what they know and is good and right. And then they join themselves with another Christian church that is most likely very, very immature compared to what we believe, teach, confess, and practice. And it's because of coveting. So be content to say, oh, hey, this is the family God has given me. Now, once again, it doesn't mean that we have to sit in misery or pain to say, oh, hey, how can I help this out? How can I be a part of the solution? How can I go to my leaders and say, what can we do a little bit differently that is good and godly? How can we grow in this? As opposed to jumping ship because you're coveting. To say, I'm content with what God has given me, even my church family. The Lord bless your day as well as your week.